Hi guys, so I brought you a new tutorial and it's a set that I did on my sister. She was very indecisive over what she wanted, and so I just kind of put some things together and hoped that it came out good, and it really did. So as you can see here, I'm gluing on the tip. I did not use a nail form. She wanted square nails, and just to save some time I decided to use the tips. As you can see, the tips didn't exactly fit her finger, so what I do is I take one that's somewhat bigger and it's also close to the size, and I file the side walls of the tip, and I make sure that it matches up with her natural nail, and I glue it on. You can use any type of nail glue. It all works fine, just as long as you're not using, super glue, crazy glue, any of that type of stuff that would damage, your nail. So I finished gluing down all the nail tips, and she wanted it somewhat short, not too long. She plays the violin, so you're not supposed to have long nails. So all I did was take my nail clipper and I trimmed it down to the size that she wanted it, and I filed the side walls, making sure there's no glue stuck on the sides, and making sure that it's all completely even with the other hand. So after filing it down to the size that she wanted, I take my nail drill and I file over the tip. I'm not making it too thin to the point where the tip can crack, but I'm just blending it in with a natural nail. That's so that when I place my acrylic, it doesn't pop up. Sometimes when you do too thin of a layer of acrylic, you can see where the nail tip and the natural nail meets, and if you do it too thick, obviously that's going to look weird. So this is what I've done with one hand, and I'm going to do the same with the other hand, and I'm going to prep my nail by applying my bonder and my primer. Okay, so I'm starting off with this really pretty cover pink that I got from Neo. I believe it is soft beige, the color, and it's very natural, and we didn't want anything too dark simply because the set contains, very neutral colors. Alright, so moving on to my ring finger, what I'm going to be using is the Cover Pink from Neo, my Eclair mix, and a white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very small bead of the pink, a small bead of the eclair, and a small bead of the white. And it should look like this. I just wanted to show you guys how to do it and you wouldn't be confused as to when I place it on her nail. So I'm going to do the same thing that I just showed you all, and I'm going to place it on the nail and sort of swirl it around. The camera kind of didn't get that. I moved her finger off to the side, but just swirl it around, and you want to make sure that the bead stays wet. If you leave it dry, it's really hard to mix the colors and you're just going to have a big blob of just a mess. You want to make sure that you're not exactly wiping it back and forth, you're still swirling it around. The idea is to mix the colors and not cover them up one another. Alright, so for my pinky, what I'm going to be using is my brown glitter mix that I made, and I'm going to do a very thin coat of that because since it is glitters, you're going to want to encapsulate, and if you make the glitter coat too thick, when you encapsulate, the whole entire nail will be too thick and will look horrendous. Here I'm taking my clear, I'm just going to do a thin coat of clear, and I'm going to encapsulate, and afterwards get ready for filing. Alright, so I finished filing. That's how it all came out, and I'm going to take some Swarovskis and I'm going to place them on my middle finger. I'm going to take my gelish Top It Off gel. You can use any UV coat, any glue, whatever you want to use to adhere your rhinestones. I'm going to take a dotting tool and help adjust the Swarovskis on top of the nail. Alright, so I placed it in the UV lamp, and I'm going to take my cleanser and just simply take off the tacky layer over the top that the gel coat has left. And I'm going to be applying my regular UV coat over all of the nails and sticking it back into the lamp for 60 seconds for it to cure, and then apply some cuticle oil so that your product looks like this. I hope you guys liked this tutorial and found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching!